Eric. Coach, it's always a grind against a team like Nebraska. Describe the emotion heading into Big Ten play against an opponent like them.
Yeah, I think like the other side, excited, and it's Big Ten football. It's why everybody wants to coach in this league and why you want to play in the league.
Coach, how do you contain a quarterback like Tommy Armstrong?
We got to be disciplined. He's going to make his plays.
Man.
Guys, I caught up with both coaches at the half, starting with Pat FITZGERALD. He said the protection with Clayton Thorson is fine. He has to get rid of the ball. He was adamant about that last possession. He also spoke about this game coming down to turnovers. Jim, with the youth movement on this team, what was your overall impression from the spring game about your group?
I thought a lot of good things. Guys were taking a lot of the technique that they were practicing and using it in the game, and that's.
Coach, as you've managed a very difficult offseason for this Michigan State football program, how have you guided your team amidst the distraction? Don, as the leader of this defensive core, when you look at the young group that you have, what do you see?
Well, when you're evaluating in a spring game, you're really evaluating individual performance, and that's what we're trying to get done today.
On the topic of individual performances, what about a guy like Rashawn Gary? What can he mean to this football program on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, you got to account for him with at least one, maybe two in the protection.
Growing and keep getting better.
And you had the edge against your former fellow teammate on the other sideline. Who do you think has the edge today?
Oh, we got the edge. I mean, look, we're still winning. They haven't scored. It's all about defense. Our defense is playing well, hasn't gave up any points, so hopefully we can keep that going.
All right, he's got the ring. You heard it here first, guys.
Me and Duran, we came in together and we're still great friends to this day, so it's awesome.
Speaking of Duran, he had some words to say about not only getting the Super Bowl ring, but also perhaps the bragging rights here in the spring game. What is your counter to that?
I gave him 13 points already. What else does he want?
Nebraska's happy head coach.
Coach, when we spoke at halftime, you said you knew this one was going to be a battle. How did your team pull it out tonight?
Well, I was proud of them once again for fighting to the end. And
You say you still treat wins as teaching moments for these guys. What do you think you'll teach your team after this night?
Oh, there'll be a lot of stuff. I think we should take better care of the football down near the goal line.
You have one more practice, and then you take your endeavors to Rome. What do you hope to accomplish while you are overseas?
I want it to be the greatest experience of our players' lives up until this point. It's going to be a great educational experience.
Did you invite the Pope to practice?
We are going to see. We have tickets to go see the Pope give a papal address on the 26th of April.
And lastly, you're breaking in some new khakis on game day. How do they feel?
Good. Yeah, it's a great day for football. Great turnout by our Michigan fans. So. Good day.
And a battle it will be. You said before this you want your offense to get off to a quick start, particularly up front with the offensive line. How does your team accomplish that best tonight?
Consistency. That's going to be key.
Yes, Coach, as you look ahead to the future of this program, what excites you the most about Rutgers football moving forward? Jabril, you were selected as a Heisman finalist, taking 933 snaps in 15 different positions. How special was it to be on that panel of finalists in the Heisman tonight?
I was just happy to be there.
For this interview, Jake, you're holding what it means to be the best tight end of your time. What does this feel like to be holding the John Mackey Trophy right now?
It's a little heavy, but it feels good. It feels really good.
With Michelle McMahon.
Coach FITZGERALD, after starting the season 0-2, the Monkeys off your back with the first win of the season. What'd you make of this victory?
Well, I'm really proud of our guys. It hasn't been a start that we wanted, and to respond the way we did today against a very good Duke team is something we needed.
7 years I was here, never did he not move me in some way before a football game with a motivational, inspirational talk.
And similar to the way you talk about Bo is the way that your son, Jim, talks about you. So what is it like to watch your son in this capacity coaching at Michigan?
Just pride, joy, and gratitude for a great wife.
The team has really risen to the standards that we've laid out for them, and we've had a productive offseason and a great spring.
And what have you liked the most about this spring in your team's response to the 2-10 season last fall?
Oh, they got back to work right away. They pushed the reset button after our last game last year. And they got.
Coach, first, what did you like about that opening drive?
Well, I think the work was maybe 4 or 5 for 5, so caught the ball effectively and pass protect.
Thanks, Eric. Tracy Claeys had mixed reviews on that first half. He thought that they weren't taking care of the ball very well, but he did say we did do some good things. His biggest area of concern right now is addressing that middle linebacker position with the absence of Cody Polk and Nick Rawlis to injuries. First full season as head coach, and you have a win under your belt. How relieving was this one?
Your first games are tough. You never know what you're going to get when you haven't played an opponent before. And
you mentioned it, 3 targeting penalties for this group. How do you address those issues moving forward? Coach, can you elaborate on the decision to go for 2 there?
Well, I just believe in that. At the end of the game, you're up by 7, you go for 2.
and then you're up by 2 scores if you make it. If you don't, the other team goes score. I still think they'll kick it most of the time. So that's a reason.
Eric, I'm amongst a very popular guy here on the sideline, David Plummer, former Gopher swimmer and current Olympian who just got back from Rio, hoisting a gold and bronze medal around your neck. What was your experience like in Rio de Janeiro representing your team at the highest level?
It was amazing. Just a dream come true.
So much
The Western Camp travels to Chicago. They travel deep. That is Jordan's parents, Bob and Kim. How many members of the Western Camp family do we see in this arena today?
Big family. We have over 200 people here.
And Dad, what does it mean to watch your son in the final time in Ryan Field?
Yeah, it's bittersweet. Last go around here.
Oregon State, Gary Anderson was not pleased at all with his team's performance. He said the turnovers are absolutely killing us. The one area he wanted to improve upon was the turnovers, guys.
Good stuff. Thank you, Michelle. Coaching staff, Michelle.
As the newest member of Jim Harbaugh's coaching staff, you said you came back to the college game to win a national championship, but ultimately, why did you choose Michigan?
Well, this was the opportunity for a lifetime for myself and my family.
When you look at the quarterback position in this program, currently Wilton Spate, what do you see with NFL eyes when you look at a guy like him and where he can go this season?
Well, he has the ideal size. You know?
Chris, earlier you mentioned the thin offense here for Rutgers as they go through this rebuild. I caught up with offensive coordinator Jerry Kill, and he said that the biggest challenge going through this transition is that they oftentimes go through this thin depth chart. He said it typically takes 3 recruiting classes to build up a program, which he has done throughout his entire career. And I asked him, why was Rutgers the right move for you? He said, it's what I've done my entire career, rebuilding programs. It's my personality to get in there and change things up. Coach, what are you looking for as the clock winds down for this final drive?
Well, you know, I want to keep it close.
Run of a yard, maybe 2. Let's go down on the field with Michelle.
Yeah, Eric, during that commercial break, Rashad Still was being evaluated on the sideline. It appeared that the trainers were nursing that right shoulder, checking the mobility on that. He's currently still sitting on the table. His status to return remains unclear, so keep an eye out for number 88.
Michelle, thank you so much. Yeah.